Hola, people. We're in the last few hours. I just popped on to say Happy World Narcolepsy Day. Who knew? It was a thing. Well, it is a thing. We have our very own day, and I am in that club. So today was World Narcolepsy Day, and now I was supposed to print out a little poster thing, but I didn't. Why? Because that would require me plugging in the computer, plugging in the printer, da 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 da, and I break rules. So listen, I'll put up a sign on this and say World Narcolepsy Day. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Nobody will kill me. But yes, today is World Narcolepsy Day, so I treated it as a little bit of a birthday for me, kind of a day. Nobody else knows it's World Narcolepsy Day, but us narcolepsy people know it's a World Narcolepsy. So I went out and I bought myself a new bottle of perfume. Why? Because I'm worth it. Yes, I have narcolepsy with cataplexy. I got it all. I yeah. I am diagnosed now, 19 years next month, I believe. And I can tell you, it's been a blast. It has certainly been a blast. It has changed my life completely from where it would have been, but not necessarily for the worse. I got diagnosed, I suppose, I just look at mocking is catching. I went around for years laughing at the word narcolepsy. I thought it was hilarious. I heard it first in a movie called The Matchmaker. It was a movie that was made here in Ireland. Janine Garofalo was in it. Just a nice little movie. I always liked it. But they used to say, oh, if our John drops off, don't mind him, it's just a touch of the narcolepsy. So anytime I would do something silly, I would be going around saying, oh, don't mind me, it's just a touch of the narcolepsy. Well, did that ever come back to bite me in the arse? Here I was a few years later, getting diagnosed with narcolepsy, as rare and all as it is. Yeah, I'm diagnosed 19 years. It came apparent, I had just moved home from America, and I suppose I had noticed symptoms over there as well. Life was getting hard. It was getting hard. I was falling asleep all over the place during the day. But look at, we could have been putting that down to my rock star lifestyle, um, burning the candle at both ends, so to speak. And then when I come, I'd be having these mad hallucinations, like really, really vivid dreams. Things would be happening. I wouldn't know if something was real or if I had dreamt it. My dreams were that real, to the point that I could have thought somebody was dead, and next thing I'd see them walking down the street the next day, and I'm there like going, "How was that their funeral? I seen them laid out in the coffin." That's how real and how bizarre the dreams would have been. Um, the sleep paralysis. When you're either going to sleep or waking up, and your brain wakes up before your body does, and you're lying there completely paralyzed. You can't even speak, you can't even make your voice work. And I would be lying there and I'd be trying to scream, um and trying to get some sound out of my voice, and nothing would come out. And the longer you're lying there, the scareder you're getting. And then you start hallucinating about things that could potentially happen. And, there'd be people breaking into the apartment and da 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 da. And everything was so real. And I'm lying there just unable to move. It was petrifying. Um, there was obviously the daytime sleeping. If I sat down at all, I was asleep. Truth be told, even if I didn't sit down, I was asleep. I had fallen asleep in the shower, I'd fallen asleep cutting people's hair, I'd fallen asleep in many, many situations. But it wasn't really, and I would have told all of these things to doctors at different times. They just, questioned my drug taking habits and that kind of thing, which wasn't the case, believe it or not, as mad as I am. Um, and it wasn't until, I suppose, the cataplexy started that we really said, ooh, there's something going on there with Marion. Something fucking not right with her. Whenever a kid had come into the barber shop, I remember, like I'd be going to pretend I was taking their nose or that. And it'd be like somebody came up behind me and hit me at the back of the knees and gave me a dead leg. My knees would kind of jerk, or my arms would jerk, or the woman would be having the crack at home. Like I just kind of just lose it a little bit. But I was always able to stop myself until I wasn't, until I was completely face planting. It got really, really bad, really, really quick. But in the meantime, um, I worked in a barber shop and there was a hairdresser's beside it. And I'd be coming in every day and I'd be like, lads, you wouldn't believe what happened to me last night. And one of the girls in the hairdressers, even though they pretended they were working awful hard, they had a lot more time to read magazines than we did. I can just tell you that. Hi, Sharon. One of the girls in the hairdressers came in with the magazine and she goes, Maureen, this is what you have. And we went into the hairdresser's part thing, and we were reading it out. And look, at anyone that has seen any of these stories in magazines, it always has to be the worst case scenario. So there was a one there in front of the magazine going, I have narcolepsy, my life is ruined. And it basically, the magazine went on to tell, the different symptoms she had, which was me to a T. And it also went on to say all the things that she could not do in this world. And I was like, I won't be able to drive. Sure, who'll marry somebody that's fallen all over the place? I won't be able to have kids. I won't be able to work. I thought I wouldn't be able to do absolutely anything. And Sharon was there going, yeah, you won't. Yeah, you won't. Oh, I was in a heap altogether. But anyway, look at that was then, this is now. And what I'm here to tell all of the younger narcoleptics, even though people don't like the word narcoleptic, people with narcolepsy, all the younger people with narcolepsy, all the people who are just starting off on their journey, is that things are still possible. You can still do the things you want to do. Okay, look, at flying a plane, probably not a good idea. Maybe brain surgery, not really a great idea for somebody with narcolepsy. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I just don't know. But most other things are still very, very possible with narcolepsy. I done great, to be honest with you, for the first 10 years. I thought I was doing absolutely brilliant, and I was doing great. I was on a lot of medication and it was keeping me upright and I was functioning fairly well. Then I changed medication. No, yeah, I was on a good lot of medications and things were going well. Then I changed my diet and things got even better. And I actually came off a lot of the medications I was on. And I still, no, don't get me wrong, I'm not against medication. I still take a medication. But to be able to come back from all of that medication that I was on, like I was on stuff that I was on antidepressants to stop me from falling down when I laughed. I was on pretty much amphetamines, like fasty tablets that would, keep you awake, buzz you awake. But you were left, you kind of wired but tired. And then I was on Xyrem, a drug to consolidate your sleep at nighttime. And I got off pretty much all of them with changing my diet back in 2012. And as good as I thought I was then, I am so much better even now. And everything is possible. I continued working as a barber up until 2 years ago. And then for the last year while I was a barber, the last 2 years while I was a barber, I was in college as well. And I have a child, I have a daughter, I'm married, I have a house, I drive a car, I do everything that normal people do. And life is pretty good. I have narcolepsy, I have to take a nap every day, I watch what I eat, I take my medication at night. But if I was to have any illness in the world, it's not the worst one to have. And I have found by telling people, by being open with what I have, yeah, you get some snide comments from people. But for the most part, people are great. Like I worked as a barber for 15 years with narcolepsy. My boss was absolutely brilliant. My workmates were brilliant. Like when I needed to go in and have a nap, I needed to go in and have a nap, or else I was cutting somebody's hair asleep, and that's never going to work out well. But they always looked after me really well, and I was still able to get my job done and do it really, really well. And Then I changed careers and now I'm a nutritional therapist, which required me to go to college for 4 years and went for the good 4 years and study a lot. For a girl who couldn't read a magazine without falling asleep was a huge achievement. And I did it again with the help of a lot of people. Um, but things are still doable when you have narcolepsy. So don't give up on your dreams. You might have to change them a little bit. Um, but you know something? That's with anyone's life. That's with anybody's life. We don't know what we're doing. Am I sorry I have narcolepsy? No. Um, it doesn't define me. It's part of my life. It has to be part of my life. And I have to make allowances for it. Um, but I wouldn't be who I am now or where I am now or met the people that I have met along the way or be doing what I'm doing if I didn't have narcolepsy to begin with. So I suppose every cloud has a silver lining and all that. Good luck, bad luck, who knows? So look, at all I'm trying to say is happy World Narcolepsy Day. To all the great people out there raising awareness on narcolepsy. If you think you have, look after your sleep, everybody else. If you don't have narcolepsy, value it, because my God, would we not just give our left arm for a good night's sleep? But look, if you have narcolepsy, happy World Narcolepsy Day, and I hope you treated yourself to something nice as well. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.